The series starts with Huang, a young footballer whose entire life is built around one dream: becoming a professional player and reaching the English Premier League. He is talented, disciplined, and completely obsessed with football. His only family is his grandmother, who is staying in the hospital because of dementia. She forgets almost everything, but the one thing she still remembers is that her grandson is a football player. Whenever Huang tells her he scored a goal or talks about his career, her memory seems to return for a moment, and that alone gives him strength to keep going. One day, Huang is walking down the street while video calling he happily tells her that his dream is getting closer and that joining an English team is only a matter of time. He even shows her a chocolate cake he bought because it is her favorite. But in the middle of this happy moment, a speeding car suddenly crashes into him and sends him flying through the air. The accident destroys his life in seconds. Before this tragedy, Chan, one of the richest businessmen in Korea, is shown living a completely different life. He is a powerful chairman who built a huge company with his own hands, but his personal life is a mess. He loves racing cars, and his mechanic Jack takes care of his expensive vehicles. Chan is strong, proud, and obsessed with control, but he is also getting older and feels the weight of time. At the same time, Huang is training hard, chasing his dream of becoming Korea's version of Mohamed Salah. His hard work finally pays off when a major football club signs him for 500 million won. For Huang, this is the beginning of everything he has ever wanted. Meanwhile, Chan gathers his family and company executives for a serious announcement. His son Moon and daughter Oh are both executive directors, even though they behave like spoiled children. Chan announces that he plans to retire, expecting everyone to feel emotional, but instead, his children look excited because they want his position. Angry and disappointed, Chan tells them he will not simply hand over the company. He gives Moon and Oh 1 month to prove who deserves to become chairman. If someone else in the company proves more capable than them, that person could take the position instead. This creates a dangerous competition between the twins. Moon tries to impress his father by making reckless business decisions, while Oh uses publicity, media attention, and social media manipulation to make herself look successful. Chan's trusted right-hand man Lee warns him that this competition could divide the company, but Chan feels trapped between two unworthy heirs. He even tells Lee that he wishes Lee had been his son instead. Later, Lee shows Chan a shocking audit report. Moon and Oh have secretly hidden billions of won overseas and concealed company profits. Chan is devastated because his own children have been stealing from the empire he built. While Chan is dealing with this betrayal, Jack secretly informs Moon that Chan has left. Moon sneaks into Chan's car to steal the dash camera memory card, hoping to learn what his father knows. Oh arrives with the same idea, and the two fight over the memory card like children. When they panic, they drive away in Chan's car. While Moon and Oh are checking the stolen memory card, they realize their father has been reading financial reports connected to their crimes. They argue in the car, and Moon becomes distracted while driving. At that exact moment, Huang is crossing the road while still video calling his grandmother. Moon hits him violently and sends him flying. The nurse taking care of Huang's grandmother sees the accident through the phone screen, but Moon and Oh do not stop to help. They simply run away. Huang is rushed to the hospital with terrible injuries. Moon notices the damaged headlight and tells Jack to lie, claiming he swerved to avoid a cat and hit something. Oh goes even further and orders her people to erase every trace of the accident. They clean the car, remove evidence from the street, delete surveillance footage, and try to make the whole incident disappear. But Chan becomes suspicious when he sees the damaged headlight covered with a sticker and later discovers that the car recordings were deleted. Under pressure, Jack admits that that Moon was involved in an accident. When Huang wakes up in the hospital, he sees his leg wrapped in bandages. The doctor tells him the surgery succeeded, but the damage to his ligaments is too severe. Even with rehabilitation, he will never play professional football again. The news destroys him. Football was not just his job, it was his identity, his future, and the only thing that still connected him emotionally to his grandmother. He begs the doctor to save his leg, not even for himself, but because his grandmother only remembers him as a football player. But there is nothing the doctor can do. Huang's life quickly collapses. The club that signed him cancels his contract. His messages are ignored. His calls go unanswered. Hospital bills pile up, and he falls into depression. Then he remembers the license plate of the car that hit him and reports it to the police. But the officer handling the case is secretly working with O. Instead of helping him, the officer dismisses his claim and later informs O that there is no evidence connecting her or Moon to the accident. Moon and O continue destroying Huang's life. Using their influence, they pressure the football club to permanently cancel his contract, and then they trap him with a penalty fee of 1 billion won, claiming his absence caused financial damage. Their plan is cruel and simple: bury Huang under impossible debt so he becomes powerless and can never fight them. Just when Huang loses hope, his grandmother's nurse sends him the recorded video from the video call. The accident was captured clearly, including the license plate of the car. After investigating, Huang discovers that the car belongs to Chan. He disguises himself as a delivery worker and enters Chan's company, carrying evidence of the accident. When Chan sees the photos and video, he realizes the car involved was his own. Huang confronts him and says his football career is over because of what happened. Chan's reaction is cold and practical. Instead of apologizing emotionally, he asks Huang how much money he wants. Chan's company also owns the football club that signed Huang, so he already has access to Huang's file. After realizing Huang was a talented national-level player, Chan calculates how much Huang might have earned if he had played until retirement. He estimates the amount at around 5 billion won and offers him a blank check. He also promises to cancel the unfair penalty fee. Huang considers accepting because the money could pay his hospital bills and allow him and his grandmother to live. Then his grandmother calls and tells him she does not want to remember anything except his jersey number. Her words break him completely because they remind him that money cannot replace the dream he lost. At the same time, Chan confronts Moon and O. He tells them he knows everything: the stolen car, the memory card, the accident, the cover-up, and their financial. He declares that neither of them will inherit the company and orders them to resign before he exposes everything to the executives. Moon and O panic and chase after him, desperate to stop him before he reaches the meeting. In front of everyone, Moon loses control and pushes his own father from the upper floor. At the same moment, Huang is below and Chan falls directly onto him. After this shocking accident, something supernatural happens. Chan's soul enters Huang's body, while Huang's soul enters Chan's body. Chan wakes up confused, looking like Huang, and discovers that Huang's injured leg is now healed. Meanwhile, Huang, trapped inside Chan's body, falls into a coma even though his medical tests appear normal. Chan, now stuck in Huang's body, quickly realizes the nightmare he is facing. Everyone thinks he is Huang, the accident victim. Lee questions Moon and O because he saw them chasing their father, but they deny everything. News spreads that Chan caused Huang's accident, and the scandal explodes across the country. The company's reputation begins collapsing. Lee orders Huang's hospital room to be protected because he knows Chan's children are dangerous. The worst moment comes when Chan, trapped in Huang's body, sees his own children telling employees that their father caused the accident and plan to step down to avoid responsibility. Chan becomes furious and calls them liars, but nobody believes him because he looks like Huang. He rushes to the hospital room where his real body is lying in a coma, hoping that getting close to it might return him to normal. But an invisible force pushes him away, and his body becomes weak. At the same time, Huang's body in the coma starts losing vital signs. Chan realizes that if he gets too close to his real body, both of them could die. Seki, Chan's other daughter, secretly appears. Her mother believed she was in New York, but she has actually returned to Korea and is working as an intern at Chan's company. When Chan, inside Hwang's body, recognizes her and knows private details about her life, she becomes suspicious and asks who he really is. Chan is furious that she came back without permission, but Seki reveals that she is not worried about her father. She only wants revenge. This makes her different from Moon and Oh, but still dangerous in her own way. Moon and Oh continue acting like shameless criminals. Oh tells Moon she erased evidence from Hwang's phone and threw it into the water. When they meet Chan, still believing he is Hwang, they pretend to apologize for what their father supposedly did and offer compensation. Chan explodes and asks how they could destroy their own father's name in front of the entire country. Then he tells them that their father already met him and revealed everything about the accident. He threatens to go to the police. Instead of being afraid, Moon and Oh drag him into a room and threaten him. They tell him he must either accept their money and join their side or suffer the consequences. They place guards over him and refuse to let him leave. Outside, protests grow bigger because the public believes Chan is responsible for ruining Hwang's life. The company's stock price begins falling. Investors pull out, and journalists surround the twins demanding answers. Oh pretends to be a heartbroken daughter who wants to protect her father but cannot hide the truth. She tells reporters that Chan really caused the accident and asks them to stay silent. Inside the elevator, Moon worries that if their father wakes up, he will destroy them. Oh coldly says that will not happen if he never wakes up. She reveals that she moved him to a hospital where the doctor is loyal to her, meaning she may be planning to keep him in a coma forever. Chan manages to escape from the villa because even though he is trapped in Hwang's body, he knows every secret entrance in his own house. He takes a taxi and hears Jack publicly claiming that Chan returned with a damaged headlight on the day of the accident. Chan rushes back to the company and sees massive protests. People have drawn posters of him as a criminal, employees are whispering in fear, investors are leaving, and the stock price is collapsed. Standing there in Hwang's body, Chan remembers his own promise that he would never allow the company he built to fall. But now, everything has been taken from him. His body, his authority, his reputation, and his power. His children have turned against him. Hwang's life has been destroyed because of them, and the whole country believes Chan is the villain. Now he must somehow protect his company, expose Moon and Oh, save Hwang, clear his own name, and survive inside the body of the young man whose future his family ruined. The company falls into complete panic after the accident scandal spreads everywhere. All the directors gather for an emergency meeting, trying to decide how to protect the group before the damage becomes impossible to control. Oh immediately takes advantage of the situation and tells everyone that their priority should be saving the company from the disaster her father supposedly created. But Lee watches her carefully because deep down he knows her story does not make sense. Something is missing, and the more Oh speaks, the more suspicious he becomes. When she claims that Chan personally asked her to protect the company before everything happened, Lee becomes even more certain that she is lying. Some executives begin demanding that Chan be removed from his position as chairman. Lee tries to calm everyone down, but suddenly the room is shaken by unexpected news. Hwang is holding a press conference. What they do not know is that the person speaking in Hwang's body is actually Chan himself. Moon and Oh panic and rush out, afraid that he will expose them in front of the entire country. But instead of revealing the truth, Chan shocks everyone by publicly saying that Chan himself was responsible for the accident. He does this for one painful reason: to protect the company. Even though he is trapped in another man's body and betrayed by his own children, Chan cannot bear to watch the empire he built collapse. He makes it clear that Moon-oh and the company should not be blamed for what happened. By accepting responsibility under his own name, he tries to stop the stock price from falling and protect the group from destruction. But after the conference ends, Chan walks away feeling broken. He cannot stop thinking about how deeply his children disappointed him. Chan then visits Huang's apartment after finding the address from Huang's identification card. The moment he enters, he nearly loses his mind. He is used to mansions, luxury, clean rooms, and private bathrooms, but Huang's home is tiny, poor, and uncomfortable. The bathroom looks terrible, and when Chan sees a cockroach, he almost runs out screaming. Still, he tries to find one good thing in this nightmare. For the first time in years, he can walk without pain. Huang's young body is healthy, strong, and free from the weakness Chan had been hiding. That is when he remembers his special cane, the one that opens the secret doors and hidden vaults inside his office. Meanwhile, at the hospital, the doctor enters the room where Huang, who is trapped inside Chan's body, lies unconscious. The doctor has no intention of saving him. Oh has already ordered him to finish the job, but Chan's wife is sitting beside the bed, making it impossible for him to act. The doctor keeps trying to get her out of the room, but when he fails, he secretly sends Oh a message, saying he has left the injection inside a drawer for her. Soon after, Moon and Oh arrive at the hospital room. They are ready to kill their own father, but suddenly they see that Chan's body has opened its eyes. Panic takes over them. Instead of thinking clearly, they grab a pillow and try to suffocate him. At the same time, Chan, inside Huang's body, suddenly feels weak and breathless because his soul is still connected to his real body. He struggles desperately and manages to press an emergency alarm button. That single action saves his life. The alarm forces Moon and Oh to escape before anyone catches them, while Chan hides his face and leaves before people become suspicious. Seki notices Chan in Huang's body, running through the hospital, but she still does not fully understand what is happening. Meanwhile, Chan is haunted by what his own children did not just steal from him or betray him, they actually tried to murder him. Doctors rush in and stabilize Chan's body, placing him under observation because his oxygen levels dropped dangerously low. Chan's wife breaks down when she realizes how serious his condition has become. At the same time, another mysterious young woman appears near Chan's hospital room. Her connection to him is unclear, but she speaks to an elderly man and tells him that the event they have been waiting for seems close. This suggests that Chan's body swap situation may not be random, and there may be a bigger secret behind everything. Later, Chan meets Moon and Oh while they still believe he is only Huang. He tells them that he has decided what he wants in exchange for keeping quiet. They expect him to demand money, but instead, he asks for a job inside the company. The twins are confused, but Chan has a clear plan. He needs access to the company if he wants to save it, expose his children, and take back everything they stole from him. On his first day as a Chan sarcastically thanks Moon and Oh for giving him such a wonderful opportunity. He promises that he will repay their kindness one day, though his words clearly carry a hidden threat. As he walks through the company building, he sees his own portraits being removed from the walls. Every picture taken down feels like another reminder that his children are erasing him from the empire he built with his own hands. Then, Chan sees Lee. Unlike everyone else, Lee was never just an employee to him. He was like a brother and the only person Chan truly trusted. Chan tells Lee that he will need his help soon if they want to restore the company. Lee laughs because he thinks Huang is just an overconfident rookie. But then, Chan repeats a phrase he used to say to Lee in the past. Your first job is like your first love. Those words shock Lee deeply because they are not something a stranger should know. Chan is assigned to the commercial resources team. The employees are annoyed because they think they are being forced to babysit a new worker who will slow them down. When the manager asks who will train him, everyone avoids eye contact and pretends not to hear. The only person who volunteers is Seki. Since Chan already knows everything about the company, he immediately starts asking detailed questions about an important project. The team is stunned because no ordinary new employee should know this much. Seki quickly pulls him outside and warns him to stop acting like he owns the company. She tells him that he is a rookie now, and rookies are supposed to listen, not question everyone. For some reason, she keeps watching him closely and picking fights with him. When she sees him sitting alone, she offers to teach him Excel, but Chan coldly tells her to get lost. Then he accidentally calls her by her real name instead of the fake identity she uses at work. Seki immediately grabs him and warns him never to say that name in front of anyone again. Later, Chan asks the team manager about Seki. The manager praises her and says she is one of the most hard-working people in the department. She copies documents, brings coffee, buys food, organizes dinners, prepares meeting materials, and helps with everything. But instead of being impressed, Chan becomes angry. To him, it sounds like the company is treating interns like servants. He asks whether interns are employees or personal slaves, and his powerful tone frightens the manager so much that he almost chokes on his coffee. That evening, after work, Chan stays behind at the office. When the manager asks why he has not gone home, Chan says he wants to learn Excel because Seki keeps getting angry at him. The employees laugh, and Seki jokingly says she is too cute to ever get angry. She offers to stay and teach him, but another employee reminds her that they have a company dinner to attend. Once everyone leaves, Chan finally gets the privacy. He secretly accesses his old email account and transfers important files. Then, he sneaks into his former executive office. Using his special cane, Chan opens the hidden vault and takes out gold bars, bundles of cash, and his famous gold card filled with enormous wealth. He also takes the blank check he had originally written. With these resources, he finally has a little power again, even if he is still trapped in Huang's body. Meanwhile, Seki attends the company dinner, but she is not there just to eat and socialize. She pretends to step outside to buy cigarettes, but in reality, she secretly listens to executives talking. From their conversation, she learns the names of companies preparing to withdraw their investments from the group. She quickly saves the names in her phone, proving that she is much sharper than people realize. Chan then enjoys a luxury hotel shower, finally escaping Huang's miserable apartment for a while. Looking at his young face in the mirror, he thanks fate for at least putting him inside a handsome body. He buys expensive suits and watches, returning to the polished appearance he is used to. After that, he visits the nurse watching over Chan's body and offers her money for information about Huang's condition. At first, she pretends to be honest and refuses, but when she sees how much cash he has, her morals disappear quickly. The nurse tells Chan that his real body is physically healthy, but nobody knows when it will wake up. Then she reveals something terrifying. Chan recently suffered a heart attack. If another one happens, he could die immediately. This frightens Chan because he now knows his life is connected to Huang's body. If something happens to his real body, he may die too. Before leaving, Chan shows the nurse a picture of Lee and asks her for a favor. Later, when Lee visits the hospital, the nurse gives him a note and claims Chan briefly woke up and asked her to hand it over. Back at work, Seki throws a project file onto Chan's desk and says they will be working together. Chan asks why she chose him specifically, then loudly asks if she has a crush on him. He embarrasses her in front of the entire office by saying they are there to work, not date. Later, During a presentation in front of senior executives, Seki prepares to explain her report in detail, but Chan takes the microphone and summarizes everything in 2 short sentences. Everyone is stunned. Seki is especially confused because Chan somehow knows the exact companies she wanted to recommend removing from the group. These are the same companies she secretly overheard at the dinner. She cannot understand how this new employee knows so much, but Chan is clearly always one step ahead. During another meeting, Moon finally notices Seki and realizes their missing sister is secretly working inside the company. At that same meeting, Lee makes a shocking announcement. He says Chan briefly regained consciousness and left a handwritten note. According to the note, Lee is appointed as temporary leader of the company until further notice. The letter also states that the next chairman will not inherit the position simply because of bloodline. Leadership will belong to whoever truly cares about the company and proves they are worthy. Moon immediately objects, but Lee presents proof from handwriting experts confirming the note is genuine. In reality, this is all Chan's plan. He knows Moon and Oh are greedy, selfish, and unable to work together. If he creates a fair competition and removes their automatic inheritance, they will start fighting harder and eventually expose each other's crimes. Then, Chan walks into the meeting room. Everyone sees only Huang, a new employee and accident victim, but Chan looks directly at Moon and Oh and asks whether, if leadership is open to anyone qualified, he is also eligible to become the next chairman. His question shocks the room, but for Chan, this is only the beginning. Everything Moon and Oh have belongs to him. They stole his name, his company, his reputation, and nearly his life. Now, little by little, he plans to take it all back, expose their crimes, and make them pay much sooner than they expect.